Starting over, moving to London was the scariest but the best decision ever. But first, let me tell you a story. Just about 30 years ago, an ordinary girl was born in Hong Kong, one of Asia's most vibrant cities. She was an only child, which meant she got all the love from her parents, and sometimes a few overprotective glares. Still love you, Mom. She lived a simple life, attending local schools where she made friends who still remain close to this day. Together, they faced the public exams, always being told that the hardest part of life was soon to be over. Despite her best efforts, her goldfish-like memory for half-fast didn't help her thrive in exams. She started to believe she wasn't very smart after all. She ended up at university studying chemistry, a course she didn't love but felt she had to finish. She secretly admired her business major friends, thinking they were so smart because they presented themselves so confidently. Determined to be like them, she landed a job offer from Ogilvy, and she was proud. But as her friends moved to high-paying in-house roles in finance, she began to doubt herself again. So she also made a move, getting a master in communications, and eventually stepping into banking corporate communications. For a while, she thought, maybe I'm finally enough. Suddenly, COVID hit. Her busy work became even busier, turning into a 24/7 grind. She watched as her boss, a sweet and responsible lady, worked harder than ever, often having to prioritize work over her own child. Is this my life? For much of my 20s, I lived in a constant state of comparison. I was trying very hard to prove my worth and following paths that seemed right for everyone else. But deep down, I know that I was deeply unhappy and I felt very lost because I didn't know who I really was and what I really want. But one day, it all hit me. I was really sick of this feeling. I was really sick of not knowing what I want, and I was really sick of living a life on autopilot. So I decided to take back control of my life. And that's when everything started to change. I started exploring different career options and talking to different people about the jobs and passions. That's when I stumbled upon product design. It wasn't a very popular career choice in Hong Kong back then, but something about it just clicked. So I keep talking to more people, and I found an opportunity to freelance at my friend's creative agency. And I was hooked about the design process. Shortly after, I decided to quit my job and move to the UK because a friend of mine had generously offered me a place to stay. And I'm forever grateful for this until today. And I really feel like it was an opportunity of the lifetime. So I moved to the UK during the pandemic. And even though the whole moving process was really smooth, but I felt a little bit stressful because even though my friend offered me this, I didn't want to bother him for too long. I really want to get a job so that I can move out and have some sense of financial security. So I woke up at 6 a.m. every day. I was juggling between sending out applications and polishing my resume and talking to more people in the industry and also doing all sorts of things. So after a month, I got my first interview, and guess what? I didn't get a job. So I went back to the same loop. I keep talking to more people, I keep polishing my resume and practicing interviews. And then I got my second interview after a week or two, but it actually feels like a long time because I wasn't working. And I failed the interview again. I think I reached to maybe the third or fourth stage, but I didn't move forward. So I think at that time, I started to question myself.
is it even possible? Because I feel like I already sent out applications to all companies I possibly can. But at that time, I looked at my junk email and I found my third interview opportunities. And this time, I'm giving out my best shots. I was rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing. I tried to be over prepared and I seek advice from my design mentors, and I just really doing my best. And guess what? I get a job, and I was over the moon at that time, and my friend was even crying. It was actually very sweet. So yeah, that's when the new story began. Looking back, those 3 months were so scary because I'm moving to a new country and I'm also changing a new career at the same time. While it seems like a crazy idea, but at that time, something about it just seemed right because my gut has been telling me to just go for it. And I'm also very grateful for the support from my parents because while I was making the decision, my dad told me that the worst case scenario, I can just go back to my ordinary life and there will always be a room for me at home. And my mom said to me that she just wanted me to be happy. So I knew that I have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Fast forward 3 years later, I'm really glad that I had the courage to move 3 years ago because I found a career that I truly love and some hobbies that bring me joy. In London, there's always a lot of things happening and there's always a community to belong to if you're willing to throw yourself out there. And the beauty of this city is that everyone is different, so anyone can fit in. It also gives you a space to really discover who you are and reinvent yourself. If you're feeling stuck in your life, I want to tell you this: you can change. Start by writing down your ideas on a piece of paper and find small ways to take action. And the universe will surprise you in ways that you would never have thought. And I hope this video served as an encouragement to show you that even an ordinary girl like me can do it, so can you. So if you're interested in learning more about my journey, you can watch this video next. And don't forget to subscribe me. I'll see you next time. Bye!